in a moment.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 15th episode of the TheDarkNest Podcast. I'm your host, TDN Horror Stories. As always, I am joined by my feathered co-host, As the Raven Dreams.
Hello, hello.
And today, we have another special guest. They're always special. He was brought into the community not too long ago, and ever since has made waves with his silky smooth voice and entertaining live streams. I personally took him under my wing to show him everything I've learned in the past 2.5 years of narrating, because talent like this can just not be wasted. Please give a warm welcome to Uncle Koko.
Hi.
Hello. Thank you.
I was really trying to figure out what's the best thing to say here. That's such an intense
Oh,
hey.
Man, I've been wanting to get you on, not just for a video. But we finally got a video going, but I've been trying to get you on for the podcast for a little. It was timing. It was timing to try to make it work. But you're here, and I'm very happy because I had a couple of questions I'm gonna run through over the course of the time that we have you on for this episode. So
Absolutely.
I'm excited to hear what you think about everything, because you're brand new to this.
Yeah.
And 100%. I have
100%.
never actually gotten to talk to someone who has just started. Like, I've talked to people who've been doing it for a couple months, or like Raven, who's just been doing it for a year. But this is he just started 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't even know about other creepypasta narrators and stuff like that. I don't
He's
know anything.
brand new baby smooth. He's
super silky smooth.
Yeah, he's brand new. He is a narrating baby.
He's Babby Koko.
He's Babby Koko.
That's gonna stand too. I'm gonna see that on Twitter in
you'll probably and eventually you'll have merch of it. You'll have people asking for merch for Babby Koko, which is your face on a baby's body or something.
Super accurate. I'm gonna go ahead and take notes real quick and go ahead and get a wet wipes brand deal set up.
So I feel like that's a good thing to ask you, because it's it's right there on the surface. You are brand new. You have been doing it for 2 weeks. But in those 2 weeks, you've met a lot of people. You've talked to a lot of people. You've gotten a lot of things steamrolling. You have not just my collab coming out, but my collab coming, but you also have somebody else's. Hold on, guys, 1 second.
Okay. So you just started.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dark. Yeah.
When you have to poop, you have to poop.
Sorry, guys. Somebody's knocking on my door. Anyways, so yeah, you also have Papa Scares coming out. How you feeling? How you feeling about the whole collab thing? How was mine? And did it set you up for more?
It was scary.
It was
honestly.
scary? What was scary about
terrifying. Well, okay, so for me, if I mess up, nobody knows about it. But if I mess up on somebody else's channel, the whole world will know. That's how I see it in my head.
Yeah, but I would assume, like me, I would tell you, hey, this isn't up to par.
Yeah, but not everybody does that,
True. But
not
you just kind of
like...
have to roll with the punches. If they ask you, it's different if they ask you. If they ask you, they already know what they're getting into.
Yeah, 100%.
I would assume they have done their research, or they know you and they really like your stuff and they want you to be on their channel. But if they get pissed off that you didn't bring the quality, that's on them.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. I think I put more time and effort into the collabs than I do my own work, simply because I don't want to make mistakes on somebody else's channel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it becomes a situation of proving yourself at that point.
Yeah, and so I'm very proud of him. The collab that I did with you, I think went extremely well.
I was really happy with the flow of it. Yeah, I feel like our voices are very similar when we narrate, so there is a certain dynamic, rather than when Raven doesn't have the deep. Raven and a couple other people. I love Raven's way of narrating. It's just different from the deeper voiced stuff. So when you narrate, there's kind of I still think me and Raven contrast very well on a video together.
Yeah.
It's just but there is a definite difference where his is a little bit I don't even know how to put his. It's not higher pitched. It's just not gravelly. Like it's
yeah, but they're on the same wavelength.
Yeah. So it still works. It's just different. So I think that's why it kind of just felt like it was the same person almost, just a little bit different. So I think that's why it flowed really well. I'm trying to say this without like shitting on everybody I've ever had on my videos. So that's why I'm like over explaining it.
Nah, you're fine. It was I was very, very thankful that was my first collab. I was very excited too that it was with you.
I popped your collab cherry, is what you keep telling people.
It's because somebody told me that, and it just stuck with
I've
me.
never heard that before in my entire fucking life. Like I've never heard that before.
I don't 100% remember who it was, but I'm gonna go ahead and blame Madame Frightmare for that one. To think it was her. Not 100%, but it's enough to blame.
So first impressions of narrating horror stories and the community in general. Like, what is your first impressions now that you're kind of settled a little bit?
As a narrator or as a member of a community?
Just the whole thing. Like, what is your feeling about narrating? Like now, from when like your first video came out, and what is your feeling about the community now that you're actually established into it?
Okay. I honestly thought narration was gonna be easy.
It's not.
Man, I was like,
it takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot out of you.
I go to sleep listening to creepypastas. That's how I found out about them, because I'm severely ADHD. It's hard for me to wind down at night. So if I don't listen to something on YouTube, my brain will like spider web out. So when I listen to a story, it takes me, it kind of funnels my thought process into one direction, and it makes it really easy for me to fall asleep. So I don't even know who most of these creepypasta narrators are. I just know the stories. So I was like, I'm big on horror. I've been a horror fanatic since I was on Twitch. And everybody keeps saying, like, you should start a creepypasta channel. You should start a creepypasta channel. It's been years now. And I finally said, yeah, sure. And it was mainly because of you and Jensen.
Jensen, I keep fucking telling you, nobody calls him Ginsen. Stop saying Ginsen.
It makes me laugh. And you both just said, just fucking do it. And I was like, all right. Yeah. And the next day, I had
like within the next day, yeah. Within the next day, you had something going. You immediately messaged me. You're like, hey, I just posted a video. And I'm like, I thought he was gonna give it like a week.
No,
but he went like, I literally talked to him the previous night on the last night of HorrorCon. Like that was the craziest bit. That random interaction is like what met like that's how I met you. And if I did, if you just missed me, or if I decided to not get on for the last night, I don't know what.
I probably wouldn't even be here. Yeah,
and I don't know. I don't think that. I think if Jensen would have been on, so he would have probably convinced you.
No. Like seriously, if I wouldn't have met you, I would have done this, because I met Jensen and it wasn't a horror con or anything. It was just a random world in VR chat. I was just chilling with some friends. And
that's really funny, because a lot of narrators play VR chat. A lot. Like besides HorrorCon, a lot of people who narrate play VR chat. A lot of them.
And I'm pretty big into it myself. But yeah, like without you, like basically you were the one that was like, do it. Like it was in the right environment. It was at the right place. It was at the right time. So like afterwards, like I thought about it and I talked to some of my friends too, and they're like, yeah, dude, just go for it. And I was like, fine. And just super nervous. And
the funny part about that was I could barely hear you when you were talking. I really had to strain my ears because your voice was so low in the game.
Yeah.
So like you were like, hey, can I pull you aside? Like whenever you feel like it. I'm like, pull me aside now. I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing anything. You're like, okay, come over here. And you pulled me over to like Raven's booth or something. I'm like, hey, I've been here before.
That sounds like me.
Yeah. And you're just like, so I want to do YouTube stuff.
So okay. I was like, I don't even remember how I said it. I was just like, hey, what are your thoughts on, like, I don't even know where to start. What's a good starting spot?
The funny part is you told me afterwards, is when you were talking to me, I thought you knew who I was, but you didn't know who I was at all. Like you just knew, but you heard me talking to other people about what I did, so you were like, hey, that guy.
You know what it was, is I saw your avatar, and then I saw your avatar on your booth, like your picture on your booth, and I just put the two together. Yeah, same thing with Ram Marto. Like I recognized him from his booth. I met Gas Station Jack also,
that was great,
I didn't know who he was, and I just sat there and just talked with him, like, hey, what's up, man? You write stories? That's cool. Nice, awesome. All right, well, I'll be over here.
I'll be over here talking for. And the funny part is, like, right afterwards, like, I had to go do something, so I just dipped on everybody. Horror by Numbers got VR chat just to fucking see me at HorrorCon, and I just had to go. I had to do something. So, like, so I left, and like, my friend Josh, who came in to hang out with me, and Raven, and then HBN, I dipped, and I had no idea where I went. Like, I didn't say shit. I just left. Sorry.
The crazy thing is, though, is after I met all these people in VR chat, and then I started doing these things, I started looking into who people are. And then I was like, whoa, I met big boys.
I met big dudes.
I didn't know.
Didn't you say you thought you didn't know if I was, like, massive or not? So you just kind of pulled me aside just to, like, you just thought, like, it's a big narrative. Come here, I want to talk to you. Like, no, but I'm very small.
I had no idea, no clue.
That's really
I met
funny.
Mr. Creepypasta before I realized who he was. Like, I didn't realize he was that big.
Yeah, babe, I actually abandoned them to watch a movie with you, so that's on you too. Because she's saying, you abandoned them?
You just straight up disappeared.
I abandoned them for you, so
me and HBN were
keep that in your head the next time you think that I don't spend enough time with you.
Like, me and HBN were looking for you for probably at least 10 minutes until we kind of gave up.
Oh no! Did he at least stay?
HBN? Yeah, he was there. He did an impromptu live narration up on the stage. Like, 2 people were listening.
Oh, that's dope. I didn't know that.
It was actually pretty cool, not gonna lie. You missed something that was really awesome.
I want to do that next year. I want to do some live readings.
I'm going off on a tangent here, but there was a strange person that was like a Barney. Their avatar was Barney, I guess, thing. And they were inside of the ball pit, and they were prone the entire time, so you can only see the top of their head. And they were talking about how the ball pit was theirs. It was really weird.
Well, yeah. Well, nobody was playing with the ball pit, so anybody can come over and claim it. But then all of the people wanted the ball pit.
Well, he was like camouflaged and screaming at people as he was walking by. It was actually kind of funny. That's literally what he was doing. Yes.
That's so fucking good. I love that so much. So, so that's your impression of, horror narrations. You thought it was going to be easy, but it wasn't.
There's so much to it that I never thought about.
Yeah.
Like finding stories to narrate, getting the permissions from the authors to do it, actually doing your audio editing, mouth clicks. Ugh.
All the time.
I don't have that issue.
Because you're hydrated.
I'm not. Raven will tell you I don't hydrate. After every podcast, I'm like, I gotta start drinking more water.
I started watching people narrate, like Let's Read. I started watching him after he came onto your podcast, and like he'll do live narrations, and there's no mouth clicks in his stuff. It's just he pitches it perfectly, and I'm like, how does this man?
I can tell you how he does it. He uses a $200 recorder.
Yeah, he has high quality shit.
So he has a microphone for his podcast, but he doesn't record with it. He has actually a handheld $200 recorder that has like 3 mics that's used for like drummers in studios.
Oh, like an H4n. Okay.
I don't know which one it is, but it's expensive as hell. And I looked at it and I'm like, God, I wish I could, but
yeah.
So that's why his stuff's so good. He knows what he's doing.
He has the money to make sure all of his shit is top tier, and I respect it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, there's people who will get that big and like stay the same and think there's nothing to improve on. He got that big, got the money from it, and put a lot of it towards actually having quality shit. Why do you think he pays $15 for me and Robin to do his fucking thumbnails? He knows he can't do them. Like, he knows that he's not very good at doing them. So he puts money that he makes from YouTube back into thumbnails to make sure his quality standards are met.
I enjoy his live streams too. He's
like
a very
that's
nice guy.
Dedication to take the money that you made and then put it right back into what you just like made it from. Like, he's a dedicated, passionate narrator, and I fucking respect it.
You were close, Koko. It was the H4n.
H4n? Okay.
Yeah. I have it saved on my Amazon wish list.
I mean,
for like really far future.
Like, if I had the money, I'd probably do it too. Like, I want to make sure that we're narrators. I say it a lot, but we're narrators. Audio is the most important thing. Before anything else, our audio is the most important thing, because that's all. 99% of the time, they're not watching the video. They're doing it while they're listening to it while they're doing like studying, or they're doing like schoolwork, or they're at work, like stocking or something, or sleeping. A lot of people sleep to it. So like 9 times out of 10, people will focus on like, oh, I put all these cool intros and effects, but your audio is shit. Like, fix it.
Yeah, people were watching the video. Most of the videos, it wouldn't be thumbnails with effects put on them.
Why do you think I just put my thumbnails and just a fucking overlay now? I don't put work into my shit.
That's exactly what I do.
Like, I just put video looped overlays now, because I'm like, you know what? Most people aren't watching it. I don't want it to look like shit still, so I'll put like those effects over it, but it won't take me long.
Your thumbnails are top notch, though.
I keep getting told that. I don't think they're as good as everybody puts them. Like, people put them on a very high pedestal, but like honestly, I don't see it, because I've been doing it for so long, and I just look at it as something I can do instead of it being like crazy.
Yeah,
I realize how crazy it is because of the people I work with for thumbnails. I think that's what really puts it in place for me. I feel like if I didn't make thumbnails for Let's Read, and I didn't make thumbnails for Swamp Dweller, like I would still be in the same. I would be in a lower point. Like I'd be like, all right, I don't think I'm getting anywhere with this, but they have recognized it, and they constantly ask for them. So I'm doing something right.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they're good. I don't know. I don't see it. Like I just don't see. I don't know. It's an artist thing.
Just take the compliment, Edian.
Right.
Just take the compliment.
I am.
Yeah, that too.
I'm taking the compliment. Well, you see, every time somebody's just like, oh, like your thumbnails are so good. I'm like, yeah, look at this one I just did. Like, obviously, I know. Like, I know that they're really good. And then as soon as somebody mentions them, I'm just like, look at this one I just made. Like, I don't know. I'm really excited about it. I'm happy about it. So what about your impressions of the community?
Of the community?
Yeah.
I keep learning new people about the community. Like, every time I think, like, okay, I've met everybody. Like, I'll meet somebody else.
No, you won't ever meet everybody.
It's crazy, too. Yeah, like, I just... When I first started, I was like, there's so many people. Then I kind of started figuring people out. And then, like, a whole new realm of people came in. And I was like, oh, here we go again. And then, like, within the last 3 days, I've already met, like, 10 different new people that I've never seen before. And I'm like, oh,
that'll keep happening.
Yeah, trust me, like 9 months from now, you'll run into a narrator that has like 200,000 subs you've never even heard of.
Yeah, I didn't know about Mortis Media, who has like 150K, until I entered his competition. I had no fucking idea who he was.
I mean, you've mentioned a couple narrators, Dark, that I didn't know until you told me.
So. Bro, I didn't even know who Nexpo was. He has over 1 million. Like, I had no idea who he was before my girlfriend showed me him. No fucking idea. I had no idea about any of the deep dive shit either. I had no idea about Barely Sociable. I had no idea about Rainbot. I had no idea about Nightmind. This was all just randomly stumbling. That's because our fucking community is so niche. Like,
so who's the other one? Nudson with Down the Rabbit Hole or something like that?
Yeah.
I get you.
It's the same thing. There's so many fucking narrators and deep divers, and that's great because there's so many different ways that you can be, fed this content. But but there's also a shit side of it where someone is so confused as to how you don't know this person because they're on the other end of it. They're on the consumer side of it. Mm-hmm. So like we're still on the consumer side, but it's like once you become a narrator and you start getting more established, that person could also be an opportunity you can work with them. So it's different. Like I'm not always looking for new people. I'm constantly making stuff. So it's really hard for me to branch out and find people. But for you, if you're just consuming, it's easy. It just the more you watch, the more they give you. But I don't watch a lot of
until you.
I don't watch a lot of narrations anymore. I barely watch anything out like inside the horror community because like I'm so in it that I'm just done with it. Like, I don't know.
That's one I can't keep up with because I want to watch everybody's videos and support them and stuff, but I can't keep up with how many there are. I feel really bad about it too, but yeah, I try.
Take the time while your videos are rendering to watch a video or two.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I do.
I don't know. I never tweeted that the podcast went live.
Good job, dude.
This fucking tweet was
man.
just sitting there. It's been a week. It's been a week. Okay, that's all I gotta say. It's been a fucking week.
I do gotta say, man, I appreciate you for telling me about the ARGs and stuff like that, because Nightmind is like my favorite thing to watch now when I just want to chill.
Like, when I heard you didn't know who Nexpo was and how deep he goes into like certain shit, I was like, if you like shit like mysterious conspiracy, like plucking at every fucking strand type shit, Nexpo and Nightmind is where you gotta go. Because they will fucking bleed a thing dry until like you're so informed that you didn't even know you want it to be. It's great.
Yeah.
They send you down these rabbit holes and it's awesome. No pun intended for what's going on with the deep divers currently. That's a whole nother thing.
Well, hang on, now I'm curious. What?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Literally every deep diver has been constantly targeted by some lady named Amanda.
Gotcha. Yeah,
and the whole rabbit site. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a new one on me.
Yeah.
Keep it that way.
Apparently
Don't get involved in that.
Apparently she's being completely obliterated though. She's finally getting what's coming to her.
Good. But seriously, man, like avoid that controversy just because she will. If you say something on the wrong comment, she'll start.
If you see her, just go on like Nexpo or not Nightmind, but I think Barely Sociable, Night Docs. They're all in on that, and Rainbot I think is also in on that. Go on their pinned tweets. I'm pretty sure it'll give you a list of usernames to watch out for, so that you never actually come across her. Because if you see like one of Night Docs or Nexpo's tweets, chances are you'll probably see her name under it somewhere. So just go to their page just to make sure.
Yeah, I'll double check
that you don't accidentally say something to her. I said something to her. I never got anything back. So
she targeted Jensen for a moment. So.
Oh really? Like
Well, because on her page, in her description, she had a bunch of tags of narrators that she claimed were, and his name was on there for a little bit.
She commented on Anime's comment, and then I called her a cunt or something, and I never got anything.
Damn.
I was like, I was hoping for something, but I never got anything.
Let's throw a punch and see if they hit back.
I never got anything. Maybe it got buried in my notifications somewhere, but that's how much she means to me.
Jeez, dude, you're not even worth the hate.
Apparently not.
Like an absolutely insane person.
She may be that one dislike you keep getting.
Probably.
Oh, damn.
That could be true.
One, by the way. So.
Oh yeah. No, don't say anything because now they're gonna dislike it.
And down the hole we go.
So, are you fine? I'm genuinely curious because I want to know what how your process is going for trying to get into that groove of editing and narrating and just the whole process, like finding a story, narrating it, editing it, and then trying to get it all in one space. So what's going on right now? Like how are you doing with that, and what's currently your process for that?
Currently, okay, so I think the way I do it is a little bit, because what I've seen a lot of people do is they'll blind read a story so that it's exciting for them while they're reading it, and I don't do that. I read the story all the way through, and if I like it, then I'll message the author. If I have the balls to do it at the moment, because sometimes I'm just super nervous. I really am. It's crazy how nervous I get around authors. I don't know why. I'm just like, I like your story. Can I narrate it?
And they're like, no, and you're like,
it'll be like that at first.
I'm not even sure if those butterflies are ever going to go away.
They don't go away for me. I still have them like 2.5 years later. So like, I guess it's just it depends on the person.
Yeah, and so I'll read the story and then I'll read it again to see if I can read it with my voice, and if my voice and the story meshes together, then like I'll reach out. I kind of skipped that one. And if I get the yes, then I take it in, I record it. I used to record it paragraph by paragraph and edit each paragraph separately, and then in the end stitch them together. But now I kind of just go through the whole story for the most part. That way my voice doesn't change from the start to finish. Because I've noticed that when I do it that way too. Because like I'll start out like, and then it was Thursday, and then by the end of it, I'm just like, and that's why I will never do that again. And the voice is just totally different.
I don't know. I've
Yeah.
never had that issue. When I have a long story, I like to narrate it in pieces. So when I have like a 45-minute story, I'll narrate it, or like a half-hour story, I'll narrate it in like 15-minute increments on different days. But you never are able to actually tell. Like when I did When Science Found God, it's like a half hour, maybe 35 minutes. I think I did it in like 15, one 15-minute thing and one 17-minute thing on 2 separate days. Not even consecutive days. 2 different days. One day, nothing in the middle, and then another day. And I don't know. I always talk the same, so I'm able to always match the way I sound. So I don't know. It's weird.
I can't do it. I think it's depending on like what my mood is, because sometimes I'm super chill. My voice is a little bit deeper, especially if I'm tired, and if I'm like hyped, like when we're playing Call of Duty or something like that, like I'll like run, and oh no, like I don't know, like I can't control it somehow. I'm not an actor like a lot of people are.
You sound
like that video I
character.
did, that hour-long narration that I did, that was 3 hours straight.
Oh my god, I don't know how you did that.
Yeah, that sounds incredibly painful.
Yeah, you had me beat. For real.
And I just wanted to do it because like I keep seeing everybody, like I've seen it in a few Twitter posts, I've heard people talk about it, and they're like, you can't call yourself a good narrator until you do like an hour-long story, like big boys do 30 minutes, and I was just like, well, let me see if I can knock this out, because I'm already like questioning myself.
Yeah, and I bet you, I fucking bet you whoever said that isn't a narrator. Like
I honestly don't know, because like I'll do that too, because I'll go through Reddit and I'm looking at like No Sleep OOCs and stuff like that, and I just want to know what the opinion on narrators are, and I didn't even realize
then authors still don't know how it is. Mm-hmm. Like I love authors, and we wouldn't be anywhere without them, but there is a very large group of people on the No Sleep Reddit in particular who have literally no idea how YouTube or narration works.
It's a huge disconnect for sure.
It's like there was the whole blackout thing where they legit thought $1 equaled 1 view. It never that was never a thing. Like they have no idea how it works, and it still keeps stemming from that.
I'll be honest with you, man. If $1 equals 1 view, like you just wait 2 years from now, I'm gonna do an MTV Cribs episode with Uncle Koko.
Yeah.
I'd be like, this is my fridge with the crushed ice.
But I bet you if you saw that, it was probably a No Sleep author, and he probably has no idea how narrating works. Well, I mean, you just said you didn't know how it worked until you got into it.
And that's the thing, is there's 3 different perspectives that I care about. I care about the author's perspective, I care about the narrator's perspective, and I care about the viewer perspective. And all 3 of them are very different.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing this because like I want to know how to do YouTube better. Like I just walked into the game. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm not going to take like one perspective and be like, all right, I'm doing it that way. Like I want to kind of figure out what the common denominator is between all 3 sides.
That's the thing though, that shit will drive you insane, because you're going to try to please literally every perspective by trying to pull from each one, even though every single one is vastly different to the point where it's going to be literally impossible, and you're going to be pulling yourself in 4 different directions.
Yeah.
Like, cater to the audience to a point, but always do something at first because you want to do it, not because somebody else wants you to do it. But try to make that a balance. Like, hey, these people are suggesting longer videos. All right, I won't make it 20 minutes. Maybe I'll make it 40 minutes. Like, maybe I'll try this. I won't do it all the time, but maybe if I sprinkle it here and there, I'll get used to it, and they will also like it. Just try to find that balance.
My opinion on long stories and really long videos, unless that's what you started with and get established on, it's not really worth the time. I mean, the stories are good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the stories aren't worth the time, but like people like Dr. Creepin, who have been doing long, like 2-hour-long stories, or like Slumber, who do 2 to 3 hour long videos, and it's what he's known for.
Yeah,
absolutely. But like, for instance, my channel, I know I'm way smaller, but doing an hour-long video typically means the views will dip by at least half. Like half the people that watch my videos won't watch an hour-long story.
Yeah, that makes sense. But like right now, I'm still trying to figure out what kind of content I could do on my channel outside of just narrations. Because like I said, you introduced me to the whole ARG aspect of everything, and I was like, maybe I could do that with my channel too. And so that longer narrations, do I do 2 videos a week, 3 videos a week? I've got enough free time to where like I can handle this. I just got to figure out what works and when to implement it.
Just always make sure that you're doing it because you want to do it.
Oh, this is the first thing I've ever done where like
before anybody else's opinion. When it comes to content creation, your opinion matters first. Like you can take people's suggestions into account, but never tailor what you're doing just to that, because you're gonna end up hating it. Like I tried to stick with the true scary story thing because I saw that the views were just kind of catering that. Like they were just being bumped with true scary stories, but I fucking hate true scary stories now. Like I can't stand them. So I kind of boxed myself in for a little bit and kind of came out of it too late. So now I'm trying to wean like the basic true scary story, like stalker follows this person type thing, out of it. But I'm still struggling with it. But now I'm to the point where I don't care. I don't really give a shit if it's not working because I like making it. And I guess it also depends on what you want out of YouTube. Do you want to be the biggest? Do you want to be the best? You kind of have to find a groove and stick to it.
I don't know.
That's the thing. I just want to do it because I think it's fun. I like making stuff. So, but if people don't like what I'm making, I really don't give a shit.
I didn't believe that I was actually going to be able to make it this far in the YouTube game, honestly. Like 100 subscribers, I didn't think I was going to make that for middle of next year. Legitimately, just didn't see that coming.
Yeah, you definitely you blew me away with that shit.
I don't even know how.
It took me 8 months to get 100, I think.
I hate myself and I hate my work, and I'm not even sure why people still listen to it. It blows my mind.
I fucking hate making videos, but they won't stop fucking watching them.
I don't know. I'm blown away, honestly. Like, I don't even know what to say there. I didn't expect to make a 100 subscriber video this year.
Well, we all love you and we all want you to succeed.
I appreciate it.
You definitely have a knack for it, and I told you the night that I met you that you had a knack for that sort of thing because of your voice. I thought your voice was perfect for it. So, just keep doing it. You know, you'll never really know why you're doing it. Like you'll subconsciously start changing your passion and why you love it so much, or why you don't love certain things about it, or why you really love certain things about it. You'll never really have a concrete, thing like, hey, this is why I'm doing this, until you make money. Like that's where it's like it either becomes like passion plus money or just money.
Yeah, at a certain point, it's going to turn away from like 100% passion to like 50% passion, 50% business.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to. Anytime you put any amount of time like this into something, eventually you're gonna have to pull something out of it.
But that's also the point where you have to decide: are you still into it because that you love it and it also gives you money, or is it just because it gives you money now? Enough to live off.
That's what scares me. I'm really scared to make like $1 off of this because I know me. Once I start making money off of something, I'm like, it's a job now. Fuck.
I mean, that happens for a lot of people. There's a lot of people who completely disconnect from their fan base because it's a thing now. It's a job now. I mean, I don't know if you know who Mr. Nightmare is, but he does not talk to a single person.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
he does not talk to any of his viewers, and he does not talk to anybody in the community. He's the biggest narrator, and he is the most disconnected narrator from the entire community.
He's the biggest narrator?
He is the biggest, yeah. He's like 4 or 5 million.
Yeah.
Wait, what? 4 or 5 million people know what creepypastas are? What?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I mean, Mr. Creepypasta at this point is a household name. Like that he's been around for like 10 years, something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I
had no idea.
But he's a good example of how you can make it and disconnect completely from the passion of it. I'm sure he still likes it because he doesn't if he really, really wanted the money, like he really wanted, he would milk the fuck out of it, and he doesn't. He still posts like every 1 or 2 weeks. But I don't know. I don't know what his thought process is because literally nobody's ever fucking talked to him. Like he's just like
he's an enigma.
Yeah, he literally never posts on Twitter. He never answers his comments. Nothing. So
5.18 million at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Yeah, he makes enough. I think that's what it is. Also, he makes enough money off of one video to be like, all right, I can fuck off for 2 weeks.
He changed his profile picture to be Christmas.
Oh.
I guarantee that, like,
I feel like something happened because we all know the horror community. Like, something must have happened.
Right.
I seriously doubt that if it was just money, you would completely disconnect. Yeah. I still feel like he would interact, like, but he doesn't. So something must have happened. Something like that gave him a bad taste in his mouth for the horror community, or just like horror narration plus social.
So while he doesn't do narrations anymore, Corpse actually beat him.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing. He wouldn't have beat him if he was still doing narrations. The only reason he's as big as he is now is because he's hanging out with all these fucking big YouTubers now.
I know, but what I'm saying is, if he comes back to it, he'll be at 5. He's at 5.64, which is pretty damn crazy.
I think he stopped liking it a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Because
if you listen to his last video, you can tell he wasn't into it.
Yeah, because he's been well enough to do narrations for over a year, and he hasn't. Like, he kept saying he had like the issues with like his health, and it's fucking scary. I get that, but he was also able to make music and also gaming live streams while it was happening, which takes more effort.
Right.
So it's obvious he didn't want to do it anymore. I don't know why, he just didn't want to tell people he didn't want to do it anymore. And now look at him. He's still apparently having health problems, but he's live streaming every fucking night, like for 6 hours, just Among Us. That's it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know.
Sorry, Uncle, I didn't mean to cut you off there, man. You were talking. I apologize.
Who? Me?
You. Yeah, you.
Oh, that was like 3 hours ago. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Time goes fast in 2020. What was I gonna say?
That's all good.
Oh man.
No, I mean, I know my eventual goal is I've never been out of Texas, so I want to travel. So if I do end up making money off of this channel in the future, I'll basically just use it for gas and just do it that way. So I can see it because I can still do narrations when I travel, like my little RV.
Yeah, that's what Slumber does.
But yeah, that's what I want to like.
Slumber he bought a little camper, and then he's just on the road now.
Want to do that, but man, I don't know. Now that I don't see me hitting 1,000, but I said the same thing about 100. So now I'm just like, what happens? Let's see. Let's wait and find out.
I'm in it for a T-shirt. I'll do it. Oh man, I don't know. There's a lot of love in the community, but there's a lot of shady shit too that nobody really talks about. But you just gotta. I can see why I 100% can see why Mr. Nightmare would disconnect if it was something that happened in the community. I can 100% see something happening. I don't know what it would be. It would have to be pretty bad to completely disconnect from your viewer base.
Or Aubrey, whatever her name is.
Amanda.
Maybe she got to him. Amanda, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think she. I don't know. She apparently connected with the horror community like maybe a year ago, and he's been disconnected for a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
It had to have been when he was like really small. Like less than 100K. Like it had to have been at that point, because ever since I've seen him, like, he's never been around. I've never seen him collab with anyone. Nobody's ever been in his stuff. So like, I don't know.
That's insane.
It's really weird. If you never really think about it, if you know him, but like if you really, it's so fucking weird to be that big and not talk to anyone. Like, it's crazy.
I couldn't do that. Like,
that's why I think that something had to happen. Like,
I would never ignore the audience like that.
You can look at his comment section. He doesn't reply to anybody either.
Maybe he's just like a major introvert. I mean,
could be.
Dude.
Could be. That's like the most valid excuse, honestly.
Yeah, that has to be. I don't know. It's really weird.
It is kind of draining to talk to people sometimes.
Yeah. Maybe he just wants to be a narrator and put his stuff out. Maybe he still likes it, but he knows it's like, hey, I only have to do this once a week. We have no idea what he does in his day-to-day life. Maybe he's like he's doing something else, and narration has just gotten so easy for him that he just like, yeah, here's my income. Now I'm gonna go travel the world.
Yeah. Like it got super routine for him while he's in Paris.
Yeah.
Sipping on his Mai Tais and shit.
Yeah.
That sounds like the dream. That's the dream.
So I'm going to ask you this question specifically because I already know your actual answer.
Uh-oh.
But who's your dream horror collaboration? Not Michael Bolton.
Yo, I was thinking about this the other day. Yeah, Michael Bolton.
He wants that to be his collab, but it would never fit in his fucking style of content. I want to know a relevant thing.
My dream collaboration.
With any fucking horror-based channel. It can be narration, it can be ARG, anything.
With any horror-based channel.
Or any YouTuber. Just not. Why Michael Bolton? Like,
who the hell's Michael Bolton?
he's a singer.
Really? He's great. What? Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, he's a great singer, but it makes no sense as a collab.
I've always just wanted to meet Michael Bolton.
Well, that works, yeah, but that's not a collaboration.
Yeah. If I have to collab with him to meet him, I'll do it. Like I'll take that sacrifice. I'll take that hit for the team. I don't care.
Oh my god!
We'll call it a work relationship, but it's a relationship. God damn it! I'm thinking. With any YouTuber, huh?
No. Come on. If it has to be Michael Bolton.
No, I don't know that many YouTubers. That's the thing.
If it has to be Michael Bolton, what would you want to do? Because that's always your answer. There's got to be something there.
No, if it's not Michael Bolton, I thought I had an answer for this. I knew it was gonna get asked. Everybody, Watsky.
Bro,
the rapper, really?
Yeah.
What would you do with Watsky?
I'd let him narrate super fast, so the story would be like instead of an hour long, it'd be like 5 minutes long.
And there'll also be a clear. It'll be even worse because there's a clear lisp. So like,
he does, but that's what makes him awesome.
I love Watsky. Watsky's one of my favorites.
He raps with a handicap.
Oh my god, that's so
fucking
funny. Watsky, you can't pick a single fucking horror channel. He picks a rapper and a singer.
All you had to do was say Mr. Creepypasta. That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do.
Mr. Creepypasta, because I've been listening to him since I was 5 years old.
I mean, I'm gonna give you an honest answer. Like I don't.
No, I get it. I get it. I'm just always thinking, fuck with you.
We are 100%.
You know what would be great though?
Fucking rapper and a singer.
I think if I did a collab with Jensen, that would be great. That way people can try to figure out which one of us is actually narrating. Yeah. Apparently we sound alike.
I don't see it.
I don't either.
100%.
I don't
and every once in a while, Uncle Koko, you keep sometimes whenever you're saying things at a slightly different pitch, you keep breaking into Jensen's Chills impression.
What?
You absolutely do.
The funny part is apparently Koko doesn't even know who Chills is.
I learned Chills recently, and I'll be honest with you, I feel a certain way about being a Walmart brand Jensen. I gotta make a name for myself out there. I gotta be different.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Jensen is now just a Walmart brand any narrator. Like he's anybody.
He makes fun of everybody.
Everybody. Like if there is a person that people want him to do an impression of, he will figure out a way. The only thing he can't replicate is Herbert the Pervert from Family Guy. You know who can? Is Lucid. Lucid could do a fucking amazing Herbert the Pervert thing. He could do the whistle. How does he do the whistle?
With his teeth? Yeah, I don't know. He does.
I don't fucking understand it. When I hear that shit, it hurts my teeth just listening to it. Like, I was just like, oh, fuck. No. So I asked this of everybody who comes on here. I don't think I asked Let's Read. I think I was just too sick to remember it. I don't even remember that podcast. I'm going to be 100% honest. I was so excited for that podcast. I was so sick. I don't even remember what I said. So, hey, no clicky clacks. You're on a podcast. Stop it. Stop.
He's trying to put something in chat.
You can talk to the chat.
No, we're in a podcast. I can't do that. That's rude.
I've been talking to the chat.
Okay, that's fair.
So you'd rather disrupt the podcast with clickety clacks? Like, what the fuck kind of logic is that?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I didn't think you could hear the
Bro, that shit is loud.
Is it?
All I heard was...
Oh no! I was barely typing. I was baby tapping the keyboard.
No, that shit is loud. It's a mechanical keyboard. You have no fucking choice
Yeah,
but to be annoying.
It's aggressive by nature. I don't know.
I don't know. I love mechanical keyboards.
Now all you got to do is hit everything. Is just walk away and go to the bathroom for 5 minutes.
Oh my god! Don't pull a Josh, please. Man fucking got up from his microphone during the podcast, said he had to go take a piss. I'm like, what?
That's fantastic.
It wasn't even a piss. I think he went to go shit.
You're just like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back, guys, and put his microphone down.
He came back.
Like, don't. Oh, you son of a.
He left for like 5 minutes. Our guest was gone for 5 minutes voluntarily. He left. He just disappeared.
I intentionally powered out 2 cigarettes before I got on this podcast, so I didn't leave.
Well,
bro, you were only gone for like fucking 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Are your lungs okay? You're gonna die.
I sucked real hard.
Oh.
I mean, I hit them smokes.
You lost it.
I'm digging a hole. Yeah,
you lost it. So I asked this of everybody who comes on here, but I want to know if you're into horror movies.
Yes.
What is your favorite horror movie of all time, and why? I want to know why.
Man, favorite horror movie of all time.
I think you're gonna be the first person that's giving me like a straight answer, because every time I ask somebody, they're just like, probably like Friday the 13th.
No,
I want some weird shit.
Honestly, like I want to say the first Child's Play, because that's the first.
That movie is so fucking good. I love that.
As a kid, that's what got me into horror.
I wasn't into the actual Chucky movies. I was just into Child's Play. I didn't like the actual like Seed of Chucky, Son of Chucky, or whatever the fucking Bride of Chucky.
I did just link. It's comedy.
I didn't like those at all. But Child's Play was fucking.
The first 3 are really good.
I love the Child's Play movies.
I like the remake too. A lot of people don't, but I really enjoyed the remake.
No, I wasn't a fan of it.
I think Mark Hamill killed it with that voice.
Yeah, but just the rest of the whole movie surrounding it is shit. Mark Hamill did a great job, but the rest of it is garbage.
Let's see. That one's really good. I think Rubber's a shit movie. If you like
Rubber is so fucking dumb, but I think it's intentionally dumb. I think they know it's dumb.
Yeah.
It's just it's a shitty parody version of Christine.
I think my favorite Freddy Krueger movie is The Dream Warriors.
I don't even know anything. I don't know anything about slasher films. Like I don't know anything about that stuff. I'm not into the whole like there's a guy with a blade or a sword and he chases people. I'm not.
Yeah, and it's Michael Myers and like Friday the 13th, Halloween, things like that. Like it's a guy coming at you really slow with the.
Everybody's gonna die except for the one like hot chick. Like the one hot chick makes it at the end, but it's like, oh, but he's gonna come back.
As long as she didn't have sex. If somebody
if she's a virgin, she's fine.
Yeah. Cube was great. Cube was really good.
I still haven't seen that movie.
Watch the first one. The second 2 you can skip. They're horrible.
The first one's good. The second one's too weird. The third one is okay, but it would have been better as a Sci-Fi Channel series.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. Like the third one had too much going on. Like they had 1,000 ideas and tried to pack it into an hour and a half.
Yeah.
If it would have been like a mini series on Sci-Fi, it would have been better or something like that.
Honestly, though, I wholeheartedly agree. And speaking of sci-fi series and everything like that, they're making a Child's Play series on Sci-Fi.
Really?
I believe it's Sci-Fi that's doing it. Yeah. They're making Child's Play into an actual series, and it's going to be the one with the voodoo doll, not the robot.
That's weird. Did Dark disappear again?
No, I'm just listening. Okay. You guys can talk. I don't have to talk. Like.
Oh, shit.
And ask Koko if you like Scream. I love Scream, except for the series on Netflix. That was shit. But the movies are great.
I hate those fucking movies.
I like them.
Well, you can like them. I keep saying to her that it's okay for you to like them. I don't like them. But she's insisting that I'm a piece of shit.
I mean...
I don't have to like the movies that you like.
You will like Frozen.
But if you like Rubber, you're a fucking prick. There's certain movies I will bash people for watching, but whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Scream is great.
I don't like. I just don't like slasher films. I'm not into those at all.
Yeah,
I'm into weird shit. Like I like weird shit.
Like Harry Potter.
No, I think that's why I like found footage movies so much, is because they always have some weird fucking concept.
Yo, anime. I'm gonna be honest with you. TDN's ideas on movies don't they don't matter. Like me, I listen to Limp Bizkit, so my taste in music doesn't count.
You like Scream. You're fucking. You're like slasher films. Your fucking choices are invalid. You are on the same boat. You watch shitty cookie cutter movies. Like
you can't talk. You like Twilight.
I do like Twilight. I won't deny it. I won't fucking deny it. At least fucking Twilight has a fucking plot point compared to Stab.
It does.
There's no plot point. It's just stabbing. That's it. That's all it is. Everybody dies.
Scream is the most meta movie out there for
Scream is probably one of the best ones, but I still don't like it.
That's fair. That's fine. I mean, I'm sure if we just sprinkle in some sparkly vampires and werewolves, it'd be a good movie for you. But...
No, because it won't be, because Twilight is shit. I just like it, okay? We already both talked about how Little Nicky's a terrible movie, but we both like it.
It's true. Little Nicky is a good movie.
It is a terrible movie, but I love it to death. It's a guilty pleasure thing.
Big Daddy's my favorite.
That's why guilty pleasures are a thing. Like, Adam Sandler movies are inherently terrible, but I love them.
Have you seen the new one that he did? Was it Rough Cut or something like that? The one about the diamond where he's like a pawn shop guy?
Oh, Uncut Gems is so fucking good.
I've never had an anxiety attack watching a movie before.
Bro, Uncut Gems is his best performance. It's so not a joke, like how good that fucking... I love that movie. I'm a huge Adam Sandler fan, and I was so proud of him for making that movie. I'm like, you finally backed out, but...
It was the most dialogue-heavy movie I've seen in a single character. And he nailed it.
Yeah, he really put his all into that movie.
And I was uncomfortable the entire time.
Yeah, there's so much tension. There's so much tension. You always feel like he's gonna die. It's great. You always feel like somebody's gonna fucking rip his teeth out of his face. Like,
I don't want to spoil it for you guys in chat, but y'all need to go watch Uncut Gems because 100% worth it. 100% worth it.
I'm sorry we're sorry for going on a tangent on why we hate the others' choices in movies, but just had to be said.
Yeah. I didn't mean to out you like that. I'm sorry.
We're both huge. I don't give a shit. I told the whole fucking world when I finished watching the movies that I liked them. But I told you last night that I can't bring myself to watch them ever again for some reason. It's like I came off of a high and now I just don't want to watch them ever again.
Yeah.
It was the same thing with Divergent movies. Like I liked them when they came out, but I'll never fucking watch them ever again.
Honestly, though, I'll watch them again. They were great.
I don't know why. I just can't bring... I think I watched them too many times.
The film critic in me is like, they're horrible movies, but they're so fun. Like
they are very bad movies, but it's the same thing with fucking...
Expendables.
It's the same thing with Adam Sandler. It's like his movies are so bad, but I just can't stop watching them. I don't know. I have no idea. This always happens. Anytime there is a guest that I know very well, we're going to end up talking about movies for a little too long.
Dude, movies are my thing. I went to film school. Like, that's my shit.
Feel about Hunger Games? I liked them when they... It's the same thing. I liked them when they came out. I could never watch them again.
The Hunt was better. It was better than the Hunger Games. And I think for me, I hate the Hunger Games because I saw Battle Royale in Japan before.
If she's telling me not to bring up Maze Runner, I'm bringing up Maze Runner. If you like young adult trilogies or franchises and you're into the Hunger Games and you're into Divergent, I think Maze Runner is one of the best ones. You should...
It really was good.
The fucking movies are great and the performances are great. The story is awesome. And if you just want to watch one movie, the Maze Runner as a original movie is a really good setup. It's just a really good concept overall. But fuck the Hunger Games. No, I'm kidding.
That's how I feel. Hunger Games is dumb. Maze Runner, yeah.
I definitely liked it when it came out. I just can't watch it again. I don't know.
Especially now that you know how it ends, and you're just like...
Yeah, I watched Maze Runner so many fucking times, bro. This is my third time watching all three movies in the last, 6 months. I don't know. I just really like the story. I'm really into the story. It's the same thing with The Matrix. I've watched that so many times.
I love The Matrix.
But the more you watch it, the more you realize how flawed the movies are. Like, especially with The Matrix. There's a lot of flaws in the Matrix trilogy. but I just can't.
They're fun.
But they're fun. They're really fun. They're really fun to watch. Yeah, that's what it is.
They don't have to be good. They just have to be fun.
And I am so excited. Matrix 4 is coming out in December of 2021. Ooh. On HBO Max. You don't have to go to the theater to see it. So
that's good. I've missed the theaters, but I'm glad I don't have to leave the house.
Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry, Raven.
Okay.
I'm sorry. This always happens, and he just sits there silently, and I feel so bad.
I'm not even complaining. Like I said in chat, at this point, we're about 33% movie discussion, so...
Basically.
Hey.
33% movie reviews were at least 6% Jensen discussions, or Jensen interruptions.
Yeah, that too.
That was funny.
I consider that to be part of it.
That was really funny. Jensen's the
I'm gonna crash this shit guy.
He's like the unsigned co-host or something. Like,
yeah,
he just comes on whenever he feels like it.
He always comes up in conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he just whenever there's an opening in the booth room here, he just kind of shows up.
We're gonna have him on the podcast again at some point because that was a really fun podcast.
Maybe not even by choice.
No, he might just come in and fill the guest spot, and our guest might just be fucked. Like, he'll find a way to lock down the booth so I can't change how many people can be in here, and he will take over the podcast. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you can't. Yeah, you got it locked out right now.
Yeah, it's just
so because
I don't want to. Other people can adjust it.
I know I can.
Oh no, that's just for admins. That's just for host. Right.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah, he'll figure out a way to do it. He'll probably like sweet talk you into.
He'll just ask me like, "Hey, can I be a mod or an admin?" I'll be like, "Yeah, sure."
He's like, "Fuck, Raven, no!"
He asked nicely.
He gave me cookies.
Oh God.
Oh man. I don't even remember what the topic was before movies, but
that doesn't even matter at this point.
It doesn't matter at this point.
I don't remember at all. That was 3 years ago.
Can I just say, anime, my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I forced her to watch the Maze Runner movies because she hates it. She hates. I want to say this before we continue because gotcha. I can see she's talking about it in chat. She hates Dylan O'Brien because she thinks he's unattractive, so makes him worthless, I guess. Basically, that's what she says every time. Is like, yeah, but I just don't. He's not attractive. He doesn't have to be. He's a great actor. Like, so I forced her to watch the movies. I told her she was gonna really like them. She fucking loves them, and she hates that she loves them. But look, she said Madame Frightmare, Maze Runner was good too. Anime, ugh, they are. Like she hates that she loves the movies. Like, it's so weird. Okay. She's so weird. She hates the main girl in the movie too. She hated her. She thought she had a dumb face. So she hated her from the moment that she saw her, and she was like, "See, I knew I should hate her. She fucking duh."
I feel I can relate to the dumb face thing. I was like that with the what was that show on Netflix? The Umbrella Academy.
Who had a dumb face?
The violin chick.
What? She doesn't have a dumb face.
She played in.
Yeah, no. Elliot Page doesn't have a dumb face.
I disagree. It's 70% forehead.
It's still a good show. I like that show.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
too.
I get it. I still like the show though. I still think it's a good show.
No, it's a great show.
I'm excited for the third season.
She's
like 85% forehead. She is a great actor.
Like, nothing wrong about her at all.
Just that fucking forehead.
Face. Yeah.
She got a 6 head.
It's big.
God damn. Oh man. You guys are rude. He said it. I just laughed.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like we kind of ran out of things. So seems like a good place to end it, at least for now.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have you back on.
I appreciate it. This is super fun.
Yeah. I don't know. No, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Darkness Podcast. If you want to see Koko on any of his other platforms, we have his Twitter, we have his YouTube, and we have his Twitch down below in the description. We also have Raven's Twitter and Raven's YouTube down in the description. Please go check him out. They're both awesome narrators. They're both a couple of my best friends. So please go check them out. It mean a lot to me. Next week we have on, I'm pretty sure we have Raven Reads on next week.
I thought that was the week after.
Do we?
Because wasn't she on the 20th and it was just you and me the 27th?
I honestly don't know who we have. I don't know who we have on next week.
Shit. Dude.
I think we were supposed to have Deadline, but he disappeared from the internet. Yeah. I asked him and then he kind of disappeared. He said he was hopping off of Twitter forever because he wasn't getting interacted with anybody. So he disappeared. I don't think Deadline was our guest next week, but I don't think we can now because he completely disconnected from social media, so we can't even get a hold of him.
Madam Frightmare said I never got back with her because she asked and I totally forgot.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure out something for next week. Whether it's Madam Frightmare or Madam Frightmare comes on later, or we have somebody else. I don't know. Somebody will fill the gap. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to this week. It's been a lot of fun. I really missed you guys. And tomorrow I'll be working on a video. Hopefully it'll be out either tomorrow night or Tuesday morning or something like that. As always, love you guys. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you guys next week for the 16th episode of the TheDarkNest Podcast.
Sleep well,
see you
guys.
later.
Goodbye.